All right, I'm gonna get my little goblin man on. Oh, I'm in Pocket D, where the puking occurs. I've got the clubber and socialite badges now. That's awesome.
Ooh, a socialite.
Yes. Where the puking at? Is that dude over here puking? Oh God. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, that's a good question. What indeed?
I mean, I got a number of things sloshing around in my head. But unless you just desperately want to talk about Donald Trump's shit in his pants.
Do that for 2 hours.
Non-stop.
No. No problem.
Yes.
It's fun for everybody.
Oh God, how do I get out of Pocket D? Okay, not on the blue side. I got to go through the color-coded red side. Did I mess with my powers? Okay. There we go. All right, you're all done, little goblin man. Where am I exiting? Where am I exiting the pocket dimension into? St. Marshall. Okay. I do have a bank robbing mission, or know that I don't. I thought I did. I do. I just need to get it. I need to go talk to Isabel the knife, who's right here.
Hey, convenient.
She's right here. Talos Bank Robin. A go. All right. If you want in, Squid, just let me know if you are able. I see you. I will invite to team Mr. Skullman.
Mr. Skullman.
Joe Skullman. Select
Just
task.
a humble purveyor of skulls.
Yes. All right. All right.
Famed skull collector.
Here we go. All right. I see you, tail Squid. Let's see. Add friend. And I click wrong button. Invite to team. That is what I'm looking for. There we are. Awesome. All right. How do you feel about talking about Batman?
Yeah, why not?
I've had Batman on the brain.
First, who is Batman? Let's start with that. Did something happen in his past that we should know about?
Nothing
before
happened.
we say anything else about Batman.
Something about his mommy. Oh.
Something. I don't know, Zorro. I don't know.
I really liked how they dealt with that in Harley Quinn.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was some of the, like, I feel like, you know, it's taking the piss and it's joking about it. Like, specifically we have to see Thomas and Martha Wayne die over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I really liked that.
The whole thing where they were making a movie pretty much just about that.
Yes.
Just about the Waynes getting murdered.
All right, so we just want the money. We don't have to fight all the cops, but except we do. And this newsstand.
And this cardboard box.
Critically hit the newsstand. I didn't realize, and I don't know, it was in a Netflix blurb, that the Batman has a connection to The Conversation.
Oh, yeah?
And I went back and watched The Conversation, which I really like that movie. I really, really like it. And Jess almost made it through before she fell asleep. Almost. I was so proud of her.
All right. It's pretty good.
And she acknowledged that, like, this is a good movie, and she said that she liked it.
Yeah.
But she fell asleep right when things were being explained. And it was just like, oh no, you're falling asleep.
Yeah.
when the things are happening. And I just thought it was so funny. But like, I think that probably the obsessive nature of Gene Hackman's character can give rise to Batman or Riddler. I think that's kind of the thing. And and also having like the whole like noir thing being a thing in the Batman. Like I can kind of see that, because it does feel like a blend of that kind of like 70s movie in a modern kind of, superhero movie.
Yeah, it definitely has that kind of vibe.
Yeah. The connection may just be vibes based, but I'll take it. And also, I wanted to go back and watch The Batman, but I kind of feel like I might just be misremembering this. But what is his name? Jeffrey Wright, the guy who plays Gordon.
Yes.
He could just, I can't remember. I kind of remember him wearing like a plastic kind of raincoat in the movie, and that's totally what Gene Hackman wears for most of the movie.
Okay.
I might just be misremembering. I don't know. But like the hairline and the mustache, it's like he could just be, I don't know. Maybe they were going for Black Gene Hackman. I don't know. But both very good movies. Very much recommend. There's a baby Harrison Ford in it.
Oh, that's right.
Baby Harrison Ford. And I could not remember, for the life of me, who played the guy who hired Gene Hackman, and it was Robert Duvall. He was in it for like, 5. I could not remember, and was like, oh, it's Robert Duvall. Okay, a young Robert Duvall, or young-ish, whatever. I don't. He's kind of like similar to Gene Hackman.
Kind of always been.
Always.
Kind of old coded in my mind. Yeah.
Yes, like oh God, Lance Hendrickson.
Yeah.
Always.
Same deal.
Yeah, always old.
Seems like he's always been 40.
Yes. But I've been like where I watched that one. Let's go ahead and rob the bank. Yeah, it's right here. I finished that what was it called? Let's rob the bank. Let's rob the bank. It's right here. And then we can go futzing about blowing up buildings and whatnot. But I finished that that Parallax View movie, and I didn't care for it.
Okay. I've never seen it.
I recommend it. I think it has a good ending, but at the same time, I wasn't impressed. And Jess was like, "I hate Warren Beatty's hair." to give the Jess perspective on the movie, she she cost like the last 45 minutes or whatever, and I don't think she was really impressed either. But I feel like that maybe that movie had some influence on like maybe the X-Files, or because it's more conspiracy oriented and not like I don't know, a mystery or gumshoe detective thing like Chinatown or
yeah, it's part of that whole like kind of 70s paranoia.
Yeah.
Kind of subgenre. It was a big inspiration on the X-Files.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
And Ding.
And also real life, like Watergate. And stuff.
Watergate, yeah.
Which you know is where all that stuff is kind of coming from.
Yeah, Watergate and
secret bombings of Cambodia. You know.
The oh god, I'm forgetting on the committee that looked into the CIA assassination stuff.
Yeah, I'm blanking on it, but yeah.
I'm blanking it. The whatever committee, which was separate from the Kennedy assassination. Right. Yeah.
You can't separate it from that though, because that's almost kind of where all this sort of paranoia stuff gets started. So the Warren Commission.
The Warren Commission, and I can't remember. Okay, the Warren Commission and the other one. There was a kind of a docudrama on Netflix called Wormwood, I think. Mm-hmm. And it's got some documentary stuff, but it's also got some like dramatized stuff. And it's about he's a young guy in the 70s, but his dad died of mysterious circumstances, and is that the one that's about the guy that they secretly dosed with LSD? And then he fell out a window.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it really did point to the CIA like just killing this guy on American soil.
Yeah.
And everything changed or nothing changed. You know, that kind of stuff. Nothing changed. Yeah. Sorry, kid. But it was interesting. So, and so it's definitely got the, I guess, true life and fiction folding in on itself. But thinking about movies that I liked from this era and kind of like whodunit mystery thriller kind of thing, like what works for me and like what doesn't work for me. And I'm trying to, because like I really liked the Batman, and that is a Batman movie where he's actually doing detective work.
Yeah.
He's not just mass surveilling and
it's using miraculous Patriot Act technology to just listen to everyone's phone calls.
Yes, yeah.
But it's he said he wouldn't do it anymore, so it's okay. Oh shit!
I mean, Morgan Freeman is basically God anyway, so it's okay when he does it.
Right.
Oh god, yeah, and that was something that was like pointed out to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, because a number of people that I follow online that were just basically like, yeah, he actually does detective work in this one, and it's a breath of fresh air. And he doesn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Which I find that important in my Batman.
Or even implicitly kill anybody.
Yeah.
When you're shooting your bat missiles in a crowded tunnel, just blowing up cars left and right.
He didn't kill that guy. He shot the very flammable explosive tank on his back.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm not killing them. These little hard things that are firing from my gun, they're killing them. All right, what is this? A blow up or a heist? What is this? I got what we got over here. But I find it interesting, like how something works in a movie, like Chinatown, or the Batman, or The Conversation, and like even like The Thing, where like how do you get the viewer to actually know what you're trying to get across to them without just having, I don't know, the plot materialize in front of characters and like, oh, I understand now.
Yeah, having a big awkward info dump.
Yes. Which, you know, happened in, like, you know, the very explainy, you know, Rebel Moon or whatever. It's just like we have to have a narrative info dump by Anthony Hopkins to tell us, you know, what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, you know, have that with Gene Hackman thinking about, you know, two people walking around in a park saying the same things over and over again while he's playing his saxophone. Oh no, we got to kidnap somebody, don't we? I prefer arson to kidnapping.
Yeah, you know, if we could just throw them in a sack or something, that would be all right. But
I mean, I've got it. I can empty out the money.
no, we need the money.
Base rent is coming due.
So instead, our kidnappee will just have to awkwardly follow us.
And periodically ask where we've gone.
Yeah.
But it kind of made me think, like I've never run a D&D game or, you know, anything like that, and it's just I was kind of just trying to dissect like why some movies worked with me and some like didn't. Because I don't normally do like mysteries or whatever, but I did watch that Murder on the Orient Express. But like trying to balance, like, you know, finding stuff in an H.P. Lovecraft story, and then basically like deciphering the Eldritch hieroglyphs to determine that, you know, this indeed was a spacefaring race, blah blah blah. Let me explain everything.
Yeah.
To like, you know, Gene Hackman playing his sax.
Yeah.
Or like Wilford Brimley doing his computer learning in The Thing.
Oh yeah.
Which
it's probably the only thing I don't like about that movie. And I put "don't like" in scare quotes because it doesn't really bother me, but it's just kind of, you know.
And that really, like, when I watched it, all right, I think you've got the person. You've got the little old lady following you with her library. Okay.
Yeah. All right, come on.
But yeah, when I went back and watched that, that was kind of my one scene from The Thing where I knew what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, and even like even more so, like reading the novella it was based on, because they handled it differently in the book, like getting the plot across. They actually did it in a dream, and that was part of the part that they cut out and it was added. So, and I is that functionally the same thing? Is that basically God telling you what's going on? Like if you see it in a dream or a computer tells you.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
narrative purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah, where am I? Oh, okay, the helicopter.
Yeah, go to the helicopter. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Or that thing up there. Because that kind of happened in Alien, didn't it? Where like Ripley gets on the computer and it's like, you all is fucked, yo.
Yeah, she goes to Mother.
To Mother. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God. Did we get her?
Which at least that's a little bit more about just kind of finding it.
Yeah, that's or I guess like
finding
maybe
that that's where the crew expendable part comes in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe like talking to Mother is more like, this is the plot evidence.
Yeah.
Or like, this is my super secret master plan.
Oh, now this old lady's following you. Or no, she's running away.
We've already got the time out of the old lady. We already took her remaining time.
And she went straight to the bookstore.
Well, that's good. That I can get behind that. Like watching the conversation, like Jess was a little confused, like because she was actually doing something while she was getting like little tea stuff, her consignment sale stuff, like going, and I gonna die, but it's like the cutting back to like the park. She was like, why does it keep cutting back to this? Because she's half paying attention and she's not picking up on like the details that,
right.
That I'm picking up because I'm actually watching it and she's on her fucking phone. To quote David Lynch, so to speak.
David Lynch unapproved.
Yes. Oh, here we go.
It's not a universal thing by any means, but movies from ye old past generally demanded more attention.
I can see that
from viewers. Yeah. And again, it's not a universal rule. I think even bigger studio stuff was kind of less afraid to just be like, you're watching the movie, you can fill it in,
Yeah.
You can figure out what's going on.
Yeah. And it's okay if you don't know what's going on. Like, to a degree.
Yeah. Because a lot of times, that's factored into the story.
Yeah.
And a lot of times characters don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
So it is something I do appreciate when I see it in more modern movies.
I'm trying to think of an example of a modern movie that I've seen that feels like.
Yeah, I know there are things that I've seen that have been like, oh, this isn't very handholdy. Like
Okay.
they're not really afraid to, if you don't entirely get what's going on.
I meant to watch like Beau Was Afraid, but I didn't. I'll get it in there. I had to watch Demons too.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay, I mean, even though I thought they were directed by Dario Argento, but I didn't realize they were just written by Dario Argento.
Right.
Yeah, that Lombardo Brava directed both of those.
Yeah. Some Mario Bava's son.
I'm not familiar with who Mario is. Well, I know
He's
not
one of like
that
the
Mario.
old Jalo guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, all right, that makes sense. I did watch a Dario Argento like documentary on Shudder.
There's a new one, Panico.
Panico, yeah, it's fine. I liked when Guillermo del Toro would show up. I like the way he puts things.
Oh yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah, I like him.
Man, the entire box of action figures just showed up.
All right, I'm trying to get the money or the whatever. This door has way more hit points. There we go. I got to get double Ark of the Covenant. Apparently, I've got a bag of holding or something. Oh, this guy is from D&D, so yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. The backpack. The duffel bag is a duffel bag of holding.
Yeah, it makes sense.
There's a lot of guys here.
Yeah.
You need a heal. Here you go.
I could use one.
I'll give you another one.
Yeah,
I don't know if we've tripped up them all, but we've at least done half of them. I like how wherever we're at brings more heat down on us than like the bank.
Yeah.
I hear more wah wah.
Yeah.
So there's more alarms we can set off.
Perfect. Oh, it's up here. No, private security is going to do the job that all those other guys couldn't.
Yes.
The lone security guard. He'll be the one to take me down.
Yes. Oh god, it's making me think of oh god, that Grant Morrison Banana Pants comic book. What was that? The Invisibles?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
It's most Banana Pants comic, probably.
Well, yeah, mate.
Yeah. Well, I need to read it again to be sure. I'll
Oh,
I'll say it for now.
Okay. Here's another. I'm trying to trip this alarm. But the one issue that this like nameless like guard gets an entire
yeah.
like backstory. I think that is one of the best comic book stories I have ever read.
Yeah, it was just some guy who gets killed in like the first or second issue or something. Just some random guy.
Yeah, and we get like an
You
entire
the whole
like
issue. Yeah.
a whole backstory of like how he became like a mercenary or whatever.
Yeah.
I think
And you kind of
everything.
felt sorry for him.
Yeah. And I honestly think that was probably one of the most memorable things about that series for me. Because I think you ended up liking that more than I did.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That said, if you asked me to tell you what it was about now, I would struggle.
Yeah.
I should reread it.
Yeah. The very end of it, like when just everything happens. I feel like he would put Taylor Swift in there if like we need to check in, because it was kind of like, I don't know, the comic book version of the X-Files with like superheroes in it too, like or not superheroes, but just kind of that slurry.
Oh, yeah. It was also very, very much influenced by Robert Anton Wilson's Illuminatus trilogy.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, Robert Anton Wilson was a really weird guy. And yeah, the Illuminatus trilogy it's very similar in that you've got this kind of, like every conspiracy is real. You've got this weird underground, like punk anarchist
Okay.
kind of revolutionary movement. I think they're based out of a submarine or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I think John Dillinger is still alive, and he lives in a lair underneath Dealey Plaza. And there's all kinds of just crazy stuff.
All right. You can get on your phone if you want. So just banana pants. All right, I found some more freaks.
Oh, that's the one. Oh, yeah, part of the big enemy plot is to resurrect a bunch of Nazi soldiers that are at the bottom of a lake.
Oh, okay.
They're like in magical suspended animation or something at the bottom of a lake. Yeah.
Oh, I've got all kinds of freaks over here. Different freaks from the Nazis you're talking about.
Different enough, anyway.
Okay, they're back behind this building. Oh no, I'm stuck on a barrel.
Collision, our worst enemy.
Oh, we get to set fire to something. I do find it interesting, like how things become other things, like something that inspires. I guess like the chain of inspiration.
Yeah, it's always very interesting to trace stuff back.
Yeah, like from Poe to H.P. Lovecraft, you get, and then Stephen King, and just all that stuff.
Yeah, it always leads you to some surprising places.
Mr. Freak Show, where are you going? Oh, there's another tank. Unless this is a tank that just got up. after we smacked him down. A little bit of a juggle there.
Yeah. Air combo.
Combo breaker.
All right.
Can we get 2 keys? All right, I'm going to go over to that one. There we go. I know he's not getting up. After watching Panico, I am going to try to watch a bunch of Dario Argento, but I don't know how well I'm going to fare.
Got a lot of stuff.
He's got a lot of stuff. A lot of it is on Shudder, so it's all kind of there. I did find that Guillermo del Toro saying it's like a fairy tale. You just kind of have to go with it. I think that's at least going to help me understand what's going on.
Yeah, especially if you get to like Inferno.
Yes.
Which is the not sequel to Suspiria.
But it totally is.
It's part of a trilogy.
Yeah, the
quote unquote.
Yeah, I forget what kind. I forget what they call it.
The Three Mothers.
Three Mothers. Okay.
Yeah. The trilogy that's not a trilogy.
It's fine. Yeah, kind of like the Apocalypse trilogy from John Carpenter. Yeah. Oh, yay, Nazis. Also, I am finding that I feel like I have to watch a movie twice now for it to actually commit to my brain meat. Like, I don't, like, for whatever reason, like I know that I watched Demons and Demons 2, like, somewhat recently, but I feel like they're not, they are now committed to memory now that I've seen them twice. And I just, like, I'm sure that, like, there's several movies that I just don't, remember what the hell happens in them. Various Marvel movies that I've only seen once. And
yeah. I think it's your brain optimizing space.
Yes.
Like, it just remembers, did I like it? Did I not like it?
Yes.
And then if you watch it again, then your brain's like, okay, we can remember this.
Yeah. Now I have more of appreciation for Bobby Rhodes.
Yeah.
I kind of want to make a commando guy named Bobby Rhodes, like Commander Bobby Rhodes or something like that. Because I didn't realize he did like military movies too. So he was like a macho dude.
Yeah, he did a ton of stuff.
Yeah. And I just remember him in his like workout gear going, come on, we got to get out of here. Keep moving. Like just over and over again. Like, and it made me think, like, is he Italian Ben from not The Walking Dead, but the Night of the Living Dead? Like, competent, macho Italian Ben from Night of the Living Dead.
Like him or Fred Williamson, who he also did a ton of Italian movies.
I'm blanking on that person.
He was... you'd know him if you saw him.
Okay. Fred Williamson?
Yeah, he used to be a football player before that. I don't know.
Okay.
He was in From Dusk Till Dawn.
That dude. Okay. All right. Yeah. With Sex Machine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That guy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I got you.
He was in a ton of those, especially those like post-apocalyptic kind of knockoff Mad Max movies.
Okay.
Just all kinds of stuff. Just, the Italians, they were just throwing shit at the wall.
Yeah. I do like the whole like fairy tale thing. I find it, like, I always wonder, like, is this a cultural like barrier? Like, am I just not getting this because like there's some like, is this lost in translation? Is this just I'm not getting like what they're referring to in their own like part of the world? Or do they just have like a different mentality about like we don't need to explain everything?
Yeah, I think it's probably a combination of those things.
Yeah. We never did set the fire. Where does fire need to be set at? We didn't start the fire, but we need to.
Always willing to start fires.
Oh, God. Was it here? Is this the one? No, this is a place where the siren is still going off, though.
What's this one up here?
Okay. God. Okay, I see you.
Oh, here we are.
There we go.
I will say, as far as Argento goes, like there's some stuff he did like Deep Red,
Yeah.
And Tenebrae that are pretty straightforward. I mean, they're weird movies, but they're fairly, they're basically giallo.
Okay, they're more accessible.
Yeah, I actually like Tenebrae a lot. But yeah, the Italian movies, they're very vibes based.
Oh. Did we? Oh, now it's on fire. There we go. Vibes-based movie making.
I guess the normal way to say that would be a lot of it is about atmosphere and
Okay.
and tone.
Yeah. The MPAA doesn't like the tone of your movie. Was that what they that was I can't remember her name. She directed American Psycho.
Mary Harron. Yeah.
Yeah.
They objected to the tone of her movie.
Oh God. I love that. Like, and her response is like, "What do I do with that?"
Yeah, it's not really helpful. Because the old people didn't like it.
Basically. I mean, Christian Bale run around buck naked with a chainsaw. Who doesn't like that?
The old people at the MPAA.
Yes.
Well, it's just the MPA now.
Oh, okay. They budget cuts.
I don't know when that happened, but at some point they just changed their name to the Motion Picture Association.
Okay, to make it more international.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Same deal, though.
Same deal.
No female sexual pleasure in movies.
It is not allowed.
You get one F word or you get an R rating.
Yeah. I wonder how Deadpool 3 is going to use it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
It's the movie that's going to save the MCU.
From its wokeness.
It's going to free us from wokeness.
It is.
Never. Just try to imagine that it's not being made by like the exact same crowd of people under the exact same corporate umbrella.
There is
live in your delusion.
I did laugh at the trailer. I watched the trailer, the one they played at the Super Bowl. It's one of the one things I do know that happened at the Super Bowl. Yeah. Taylor Swift did not take over, and we got Deadpool and Wolverine trailer.
Yeah.
Deadpool.
I never actually saw Deadpool 2.
You never did?
Never did. Yeah.
I liked it. I don't know if I liked it better than the first one.
So I liked the first one pretty well. I thought it worked.
Yes. I have a love-hate relationship with Deadpool. I don't like when they make him Daffy Duck.
Yeah.
And that's a fine line to balance, or whatever the appropriate words.
Yeah, it really is. It's like going to be the difference between being funny and being insufferable.
Yes. I saw Deadpool 2 in theaters, and I was the only one to laugh at a political joke. Because there's this kind of creepy Slender Man looking guy, and he's like, "What's the problem? What, Jared Kushner over there?"
Yeah.
and I laughed out loud in the theater, and I'm the only I was the only one to get it and laugh about it. So yeah. and like what, 3 or 4 years later, I'm laughing about it still, mostly because I'm the only one that got it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Can't they just leave politics out of the superhero movies?
Gun-toting future spaceman. There's absolutely nothing political about that.
No.
Yeah, 1,000 years in the future, and it's nothing but white people. Yep, there's nothing political about that. Have we blown everything up here? No, this box.
No, I didn't see the thing you asked about Madam Web.
Oh.
Squid. What is the deal with Matt? Why is that a movie? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know who Madam Web is.
I do, but oh shit, yeah, okay, yeah, because you're talking in team chat. Can anyone tell me why they made it? It came out.
Oh right, it's out.
It is out. It is out. And they they actually gave a free item out in Marvel Puzzle Quest as a tie-in. Here's a thing. Yeah.
Vertical integration.
Yeah, they did. But shit. Okay, so Sony is trying to make a Sony Spider-Verse.
Right.
They're trying to make the I guess the knockoff RC Cola version of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Sony's been desperate for their own cinematic universe.
Yeah.
For like a decade.
Yeah.
They keep trying to get the spider thing off the ground.
Yes. Did that Kraven the Hunter movie ever come out?
I'm going to say no, but honestly, it could have, and I wouldn't even know it.
I wouldn't, yeah.
Maybe it did.
Oh, God. I remember
Touch.
I watched the trailer for it, and I'm like, when is this coming out? I still haven't seen Morbius.
Oh, I haven't either.
I need to get Morbin time.
It's Morbin time.
Oh, God.
And then were there 2 Venom movies, right?
There were 2, but I've seen one of them, which I actually liked. Which server are we on? We're on Excelsior. And if you want to play, send me a tell at Loots the Goblin. We cleared this. All the demons are gone, right?
I mean, looks like it.
Okay, I'm going to eject.
City.
Yes, it is now ghost town and shit's on fire. But like, I did like the first Venom movie. Like I actually did like it, but it's not a good movie.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's and much. I guess kind of similar to Tom Hardy's Bane. There's also kind of I don't know. I feel like his Eddie Brock has got a weird bit of something attached to it. Yeah.
Mm.
Unknown. But like the goo man in his head is all about like, I want some tater tots. And it's just, yeah. Like Venom wants to eat tater tots. And it's just, it's just absolutely bananas. And
An interesting direction to take the character.
yeah, like my oldest, like we watched it as a family. And, like she was not scared of it, and it was probably because I was walking around the house going about like, I want tater tots, because that defangs your your tooth-based monster.
Yeah.
Your
horror from space.
Yeah, your cosmic goo horror critter. Like, all right, I'm gonna go talk to Hardcase, and it's like, yeah, it's just oh god. Like everybody in this movie should be doing something else, honestly. And I like comic book movies, but it's just, yeah. And I can't wait until like that version of Eddie Brock has a beef with like a freshman in college for some reason. Like, yeah. Yeah.
Like, how is that going to happen?
Yeah, I have no idea how that's going to happen. Banishing ritual? Sure. Let's do that. Like, I just don't know how that's going to work. Because that is something that's really missing. Like, the beef. Like, I feel like there's no... Like, in all honesty, I feel like there hasn't been a depiction of a comic book beef that's, the except for like, I guess like Xavier in Magneto, and that's kind of different.
Right.
Like, I mean, we've had like Sabretooth and Wolverine be bros and just have like kind of some sort of like weird bromance misunderstanding.
Back to back, bro.
Yeah, where there's something very different depicted in the comic books.
Mm-hmm.
There's no grim birthday presents in the MCU.
Right.
Where the fuck am I at?
Yeah. Like, where are like the rivalries or like the arch villains,
Yeah, like the
nemesis.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of get it in, kind of backdoored, retconned Willem Dafoe Green Goblin, kinda. I mean,
yeah,
sort of. I don't, because it's canon now. It was always canon. The movies existed. You bought a ticket. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't.
Right. Nobody deleted them.
Nobody retconned your memories yet.
Although I guess that's now always on. That's now on the threat list of a movie just being deleted.
There is that, yeah.
Another new thing capitalism has brought us.
Ben Grimm never had a birthday. Poor thing, Ba-doom boom. Like, I had a thought and then it went away. I don't know. I'm going to try not to fall in this huge mining pit over here.
Me too.
Focus fighting. Oh, because I haven't locked my. That's my problem. I need to lock my powers. Lock powers in tray. There we go. I'll lock me numbers too. But God, I hope they don't fuck up Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
I feel like they really need Doctor Doom.
They do. Also, okay, all right. Legion is a good show. We watched the first season, and like I actually do like I have mixed feelings about the Legion show because it was the most X-Men property, I think, but at the same time where they were basically only using Legion and the Shadow King, it really felt like the Rena-Center X-Men.
Okay.
So it felt like a Max comic that was more adult, and they only were, basically using Wolverine, so to speak, for the Max line comic. And then they had to use not all these other characters because of, they don't want they Spider-Man can't be in a comic book where swearing and smoking is occurring.
Yeah.
Can I call you Hardcase? No. God damn it. Base portal. There we go. Because that was a thing that, like, for those of you out there unaware that, honestly, since I've stopped reading comics, there's probably been an adult line of comics come and go since, like, the Max comics, honestly.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea.
Yeah. So, I guess it was like the early 2000s. When was Alias? Early 2000s? That sounds right.
Sounds right, yeah.
Yeah. But, like, you had adult comics where swearing and nudity and, sex would occur sometimes on the actual page, not, implied with lights being turned off or whatever. But, like, it got too popular, so to speak, and they kind of like rolled it into more of like the main continuity. They kept Legion pretty separate from everything that worked for me since they went down in the original New Mutants. Like I remember really liking like the Claremont run on New Mutants, particularly like the covers. They were some pretty awesome looking covers.
Oh yeah, those are really good.
Yeah, those some good looking covers. Yeah. Here we go. Mission. There we go. Is this a mission? It is a mission. Oh God! Go! 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 Like I struggle with it's not like the comic book. And it's okay to not be, the comic book. It's okay. As long as it does something like different or better or, something. But at the same time, I had problems with The Walking Dead because it wasn't like the comic book.
Yeah, I mean, partly because it wasn't like the comic book in bad ways.
Yeah.
In ways that were bad.
Yes.
And made the show bad to watch.
Yeah.
So if you make it different in good ways,
yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
Just, I realize that's not super helpful. Just make it good. But
just, I'm sorry, you put too many bad particles into your into your show product.
Well, like I feel like Walking Dead had a lot of unforced errors. I don't want to digress into that, but
I have been thinking about like watching all, I don't know, 27 seasons of that.
all the spin-offs,
Oh God, there are spin-offs.
the increasing number of spin-offs.
Didn't Dale just get his own show now? Like the Dale Adventures, or not the Daryl, the Further Adventures of Daryl.
Yeah, he's got his own show where he's like in Paris, and they're like super zombies, like
What, like boomers and liquor?
Yeah,
liquor?
it sounds like real Left 4 Dead.
Oh no,
It really does.
that
There are
makes.
super zombies in France.
Will they go ha 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 and then blow up? What?
I'm sure the French are really smug about it. You
best-
have the regular zombies. We have the super zombies.
They smoke.
Zombies smoke.
Yes. Oh God, I love it. That actually kind of makes me more inclined to watch it if it's like horrible.
Oh yeah.
If it was horrible and had one season, that's probably,
Yeah, I'm down for that sort of thing.
yeah.
I don't have the patience to watch, 7 seasons of a bad show, but I'll watch 1 or 2.
Yeah. If I hadn't have missed, that would have been way more badass. Like I jump over the little pit over here, placate. Squid did knockback, and if the assassinate from like 7 feet from me had actually like hit, then that would have been way more badass. But I didn't connect.
That's how I feel all the time.
Out of range. Oh God! All right, Madam Web. Like, because I feel like we were going to talk about Madam Web and then got various distractions.
Yeah.
God. Do you know who Madam Web is in the comic?
No, I really don't.
Okay, she was fairly okay. So I think she came around in the 70s,
Okay.
and now that I think about it, I think that might have been one of the first kind of, because she's a psychic. And now that I think about it and I say it out loud and I'm thinking about it, it's that 70s mysticism bullshit. Like your fire starter, I guess your scanners, but I think that was the 80s. But the kind of who is that guy that like James Randi was always trying to debunk?
Oh, Uri Geller.
Uri Geller. Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of like psychic stuff in the air, and
when like the New Age movement was really starting to kick in. Yeah.
So I wonder if that was maybe the first attempt to try to mystify Spider-Man a little bit.
Okay.
So, because Straczynski did it a little bit in his run,
Right.
which I liked, but because I like J. Michael Straczynski, but hey, your mileage may vary. Some other people, there were some other things in his 10 years that people didn't like. And I probably wouldn't like it if I read it again, honestly. But
that was all retconned out of existence.
Yeah, because Satan. I guess not all of it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, I don't know how. Oh God, I'm half remembering like various things I've heard that have happened to Spider-Man since then, and I don't even want to speak them. It's not canon to me. It didn't happen. But like, she can like see the future. You know, she sees the web of the future. Blah blah blah. So she's kind of like little fortune teller kind of. She's an older lady, but then I think she got hot later. In the 90s, the 90s animated series, she was actually voiced by Stan Lee's wife.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, and she was kind of just an annoying character in like the animated series. I think she was probably like more prevalent in that, like in a couple of seasons. And having finished the animated series like really recently, I was just like, she doesn't work for me. Because you have like Spider-Man, you know, being bitten by a radioactive spider, and these are, you know, scientific natural law processes, you know.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, oh, you're an avatar of a spider entity or whatever, you know. I can't remember exactly what Straczynski did, but yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. But it, you know, I did like his take on, you know, I can't remember what it was. Like there was some character said something that stuck with me. It was like talking about like the sun rising. It's like, did God do it, or did it just, you know, or did the earth just turn? Like it's just two different answers kind of thing. You know, it's a little of his like, I don't know. I kind of feel like it was like trying to invoke like kind of like a, oh God, Carl Sagan-esque kind of scientific spiritualism, not mysticism.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. Like Delenn in Babylon 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The kind of imagining kind of a nexus or a connection between the rational and the irrational.
Yeah. And trying to say scientific things in like an artistic way.
Yeah.
Mission. I select this task. Damn it, we got to go someplace else. God damn it. Damn it, heart case. Wait a minute. Contact. No, I can't. I was going to abandon the mission and just do it, but let's do it. All right. Where am I going? I'm going over here. Okay. Damn it. Now I'm just going to hear billions and billions and billions of blah-blah blahs in my head. Yeah. Oh, God. Run better, Nick. So I'm just imagining like Sony is just going to put out as many, I guess, off-brand properties associated with Spider-Man as possible until like they just flood the market. I mean, even though Marvel, oh shit, I am so lost in the weeds. Like Marvel is kind of flooding it anyway.
Yeah.
But they typically have a better like quality control.
Yeah, I'm just kind of throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. Looking for those mega hits.
Plus, they might not be able to afford like Tom Holland anymore.
I mean, it's true.
He might be done.
Well, you know, everyone reaches a point when they just kind of don't want to do it anymore.
I get it. Then, you know, hey, it's, you know, maybe they just want to eat a burger every now and then and not just all the shredded chicken.
Yeah. You know, they want to work on other projects. They want to maybe do something that's different.
Yeah.
I know that was, what's her name? Was Elizabeth Olsen's whole thing, right?
Yeah.
She just got tired of it and she wanted to do other things.
I mean, the thing is, like, if they would have, particularly like Scarlet Witch, they could have given her more to do.
Yeah.
Like, she's a little bit
underutilized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also just kind of the confused is mutant, not mutant, where's my, you know, supervillain daddy? Like, I don't even know where the canon is on that. She's a mutant, yeah, and her dad is Magneto. I ain't changing.
Yeah.
Magneto has 3 fucking kids.
No.
Fuck that guy. And I do think it's funny and like I don't know, I feel like kind of applicable, like the whole canon and like just nerds arguing over canon, like they're, I don't know, different sects of Christianity in the Dark Ages or something.
It really is that way. It's like the Arians and Trinitarians, you know, having fist fights over stuff that's really arcane and minute and doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. All right, I'm gonna.
It's mostly about people wanting to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, little ghost. Were you legless asshole? Just shooting up in the air. Fucking Casper the asshole. Oh, now he drops like a sack of batteries. All right. Into this floating potted flame. I hear a wah-wah. Oh god. And like the fuckery that would go on, I forget who did it, but like when they switched like Inhumans for mutants, like to like in like the comic book, essentially, like they focused on Inhumans instead of like mutants to like devalue the X-Men, and the Fantastic Four went away for a while, and
yeah,
to like devalue during like rights negotiations or whatever, like that just sounds like fucking madness. And I just kind of just fell off there. That's great.
Yeah, it was all crazy. I mean, really, yeah, just maneuvering, just to make those properties, to try to make those properties less valuable,
That sounds like madness.
so
Even
that they can get them back.
yeah, like that's madness. Even like for business.
Yeah.
Oh, you're over. Can I run? Ooh. Nope. I thought I could jump that. That was dumb. There's a fucking ledge.
These fucking ghosts just melt me. They just melt me into goo.
Oh, he froze you to death. That's bad. I think your light. I think your flame should go out when you die.
I really should.
Come on, City of Heroes, get on it. Why? Why is that not attacking? Why? I was right by him. Why did it no work? Anyway. Find ritual. Oh, I was out of endurance because there we go. Because my elude made me tired. That's why. I was out of endurance. I can only imagine like how irritated I would be if I was a DC fanboy with all the various cosmic events that would just continuity and discontinuity things.
Yeah, just almost willy-nilly.
Oh god. Like if I was a fan of Green Lantern, just saying.
Yeah.
It's like I realized that, I guess in some ways that like comic books are kind of like a stand-in or like modern myth making or modern mythology or whatever. But like not everything needs to be as convoluted as Egyptian or Norse mythology.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't really need to study this kind of stuff.
Yeah, like even now we're Jess, like I mean, well, me and Jess have been together forever, and like just when we first started dating, like she knew who the X-Men were because she was familiar with like the 90s cartoons, so same as me, but she didn't start actually like reading comics until we got together. But it's like every now and then, like I have to do kind of like the superficial Wikipedia, like, well, this is Kang and blah 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 blah. Yeah,
Spend 4 hours explaining Kang.
Yeah, the Trinity, or all the characters who are Kang. You've got Immortus, Kang, the Scarlet Centurion, and Ramatut, who are all the same person.
All the same guy.
Yes, yeah. Let alone all the like Council of Kang stuff that Rick and Morty actually made fun of, and now everybody gets the joke.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, you got me. Yeah, Iron Lad too. Yep, you got me, Squid.
Oh my God, I'm just.
I always forget Iron Lad. Oh, you did.
I just can't stay up against these guys. They just melt me.
Yeah, they're bad. Where'd he go? Whoop, whoop, whoop. I liked the Young Avengers, but it's one of those things like I'm like, oh yeah, they're a thing. like like Squirrel Girl. Oh yeah, Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
like I feel like there's entire like comic book characters that just get continuity to discontinuity in my memory sometimes. Like, oh yeah.
I'll keep track of. It's like all the Saints.
Yes.
I just want to know when we're going to get Great Lakes Avengers.
Oh god, that's like the original Great Lakes Avengers. Like Squirrel Girl was a part of that, if I remember correctly. Yeah, yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
yeah. Oh god, all right, I guess I need to go through this hole in reality. There we go. They're gonna have to do some adapting because I think one of them, Big Bertha. I think she has a power that has not aged appropriately with societal values.
I don't think I remember that one.
I think she actually has like just a superpower that's an eating disorder, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically, she's fat.
Right.
Yeah, that basically,
Doesn't play so well today.
yeah, it's kind of like, wow. Of course, I didn't major in Great Lakes Avengers.
Did anybody?
Somebody did. There's somebody out there.
Somebody loves it more than everything else.
Yes.
It's like I say, every band is somebody's favorite band.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yay!
All right.
Just put those books in this backpack of holding, my duffel bag of holding.
See if there's a wizard in town that wants to buy them. And then spend an hour haggling with him.
Oh God! I still can't call this guy.
Maybe he doesn't have a phone. Maybe you at least get a beeper.
All right. Oh, wait here. You gonna teleport us?
Love teleporting.
Base portal, that does help. St. Marshall. All right, where you at, dude? There you at, dude. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, what else is going on? I'm going to talk about Trump shitting his pants. Oh God, that is going to be my go-to thing.
So anyway, have you heard about Trump shitting his pants?
Defeat Silver Tongue. At least this is actually in the place that we are. There we are.
Nice change of pace.
Yeah. Well, I guess he didn't want to have to like get on the ferry or, use his base teleporter. Oh no, I'm in the hole. Oh, have you? There's something I've watched that is a recommend, and it's on Shudder. I finished The Terror. I think last week or so. Are you familiar?
Oh, yeah, that's something I've been meaning to watch.
It's good.
Yeah.
It is. It was an AMC limited series thing.
Yeah.
So, like I guess it's like somewhat historic, like sort of historical fiction about the HMS Terror and the other one. They were looking for the Northwest Passage through Canada, and wackiness ensued.
Sounds like the kind of thing I would like.
It was 10 episodes. They're like 45 minutes a pop. It's a good show.
Yeah.
I would be curious your perspective on maybe a few things. But I started watching it after me and Jess tried watching Bridgerton.
Oh, yeah?
I watched the first episode of Bridgerton, and I am not allowed to watch any other Bridgerton with her. I'm not allowed.
What happened?
I was too critical of Bridgerton, and she was not happy.
Your Bridgerton privileges have been revoked.
Yes, and like, how do I put this? I actually I have a problem with Hamilton. And I have a problem with, race swapping a prominent, historical slave owner.
Yeah.
With, being portrayed by a beautiful black man. And I have a problem with that. So, and I kind of have a problem with like the Queen, like I just have some problems with some of the race swapping, and it's my understanding like in the Queen's like backstory, it's kind of like this love conquered all backstory, and I have a problem with that, particularly with what I know about the problem that people had with, nowadays by having like an actual woman of color in the royal family.
Yeah.
So it's trying to be apolitical, and it's doing color blindness, and and it bothers me, and so that's why I'm not allowed to watch Bridgerton with my wife anymore. So
Yeah, which it can be kind of a way to sort of launder the past, like
yes,
yeah, intentionally or unintentionally.
So yeah,
kind of like that. Yeah, the Captain America Armed Forces integration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Desegregating before it actually happened.
Yeah.
And I realize that that's some difficult, adult talking and so forth. And I was basically willing to overlook some of this if it was like just ass and titties everywhere, and it really was kind of tame.
No.
I was like, if you're gonna do nudity, like let's see some nudity, and it's like,
just be shamelessly horny. It's fine.
Yes, because Netflix, Netflix, you have to compete with the internet.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe that happens beyond episode 1, but I was like, this is actually kind of tame. And it's like you had I one big criticism that I had, I was basically like, I have seen Pride and Prejudice. This is just Pride and Prejudice. Like, so that was something that like kind of got me. And I don't know, maybe me and Jess will talk about Bridgerton tonight. Maybe we'll have a respectable conversation where we don't like
salon about Bridgerton.
Yes, we're gonna have our Bridgerton beef aired. We're gonna air the Bridgerton beef. But like, it's really interesting to me because like the Terror, like there's diversity in the Terror, but it's diversity within the rules of that society then and there. Like one of the captains is Irish, and that counts as diversity within the rules of that society then and there. And I think that is educational and a bit of it's a time capsule. It's telling about that era then and there. So and that can be instructive about like racial politics. Like,
very.
Like, what do you mean the Irish and Italians, weren't white?
Yeah.
It's like, you see, whiteness.
Yeah, that question, what is and is not whiteness, is very important to understanding.
Yes. Yes. Like, what is and what is not white. And I'm not talking about skin color. I'm talking about whiteness. So, yeah, that is something that I find fascinating. And I am trying to have some conversations with my oldest daughter about this. Because she has an assignment for Black History Month. She has to do like a report on a Black American, and she's got Ruby Bridges, which is a very important story, and it breaks her brain that like it because she doesn't understand like that federal marshals had to be called in to escort a 6-year-old into a school.
Just a school.
To a school. Yes. Yeah. And I mean, it's amazing to me, but you know, I'm trying to, you know, to explain the minds of people who have brain worms. Very old brain worms.
Very prevalent and very socially acceptable at the time brain worms.
Yes.
Socially expected brain worms.
Can you say you're happy that young Kentucky kids learn about Black history? That is good. I will say that as a child, I didn't.
Oh no.
So yeah.
Yeah, definitely not.
We were too busy drawing the Confederate flag in art class. Yeah. Oh God.
I mean, yeah, my situation wasn't that bad, but it still was kind of like, you know, you didn't get anything beyond just kind of the typical King platitudes.
Yes. Yeah.
You get King, Rosa Parks.
Minus the socialism.
Yes. Very important to omit.
Yes. I didn't know they could get back up, you know. Okay. That's a neat trick. Getting back up's a good trick. All right, I do feel like I need to finish the thought on that. On the Confederate flag drawing. I feel like that's very out of context. I feel like I need to close the loop on that. So I come from a small town and went to school, elementary school in the 80s. The small town in which I come from, they would do reenactments every year about the Civil War, that is a fairly common thing in America. For those of you who are unfamiliar with that, yeah, that's a thing that we do. I feel like it is less common now.
Yeah, it's very much an old person's
yes
kind of thing.
But also like a tour, like a tourism thing.
Mm.
Okay, so every year in the fall we would have our I don't know, redo of the Civil War, and so my art teacher, who I had the entire time, she would have us do a project every single year, where we would do a poster for our local Civil War festival. And basically, you know, you have a reenactment, so you would end up drawing a like a picture of a battlefield, if you will, of with your two sides, your two equal sides.
Glorious struggle.
Yes. And
glorious heroic struggle. Yeah.
Yes. And you have one side, one ball team with their flag, the Union forces. I would have said American forces. now. Just say, oh yeah, pro-union, pro-American. The country that still exists, and then you have the people who left the country, to continue their backward ways of life. But I wasn't taught this. So basically, it's very both sides, and in order to differentiate, the two sides in opposition to each other, you have to have, their uniforms colored a certain way, and then have their flags situated a certain way. And so I'm just envisioning, me in third grade or whatever every single year doing this, and it's like, and this is how you make a Confederate flag, and everybody just doing the Union flag and the Confederate flag every single year on this poster to depict this. And it's just like, I look back on them like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. And, just a coincidence that, the mascot is a rebel. Just a coincidence. And it's also a coincidence that that same mascot had a Confederate battle flag, that he was holding up until like the early 1980s. So, it's all coincidence. And, Nick, you need to shut up about politics because you're inserting politics into education. So, that's just me. Yep. So I feel the need to tell that story to, give a little bit of culture shock to maybe some people above the historical Mason-Dixon line. And also, like, some of you might be in different countries or so forth, and the Civil War is still kind of being fought in some ways.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not properly resolved.
Yes. And that being said, back on the terror, I could be completely off of base here, but I'm just an observation. Like, watching The Terror and thinking about like Sense and Sensibility and watching Bridgerton. Why, like, I feel like so much of like British media is from the 19th century. Like it's just like, am I off base with that, or?
No, I mean, that was the heyday of the British Empire.
Yeah, okay, and that is my, yes, that's my theory, that
was its peak.
That they're depicting the peak of the civilization.
Yeah.
Because
the golden age, for lack of a better word.
Okay.
Golden age of British civilization.
Okay, so is that similar to the reenactments? That is just, we're going to do this because we peaked and we're sore about it in War of Northern Aggression. Like, is that similar? Is that a similar thing? Like having, all our romances taking place in like 1830. And
God damn it.
And
I think from a southern perspective, there might be kind of a, I don't know if it's necessarily a golden age, but
when society was right.
Yeah, that kind of, and and you get that stuff today when you have people who want to have their plantation weddings.
Yep.
And stuff like that. And when you can go on, like tours of plantations where they just kind of don't really say a whole lot about the horrible forced labor that made them possible, It's like, again, you focus on your kind of British Empire stuff and you don't talk about what was going on in India.
Yes.
Right. You don't talk about the colonial exploitation.
Yeah.
You just focus on the nice parts.
The dresses.
Yeah.
And the jewels. Don't talk about where they came from.
Yeah.
Don't talk about where the jewels came from.
Don't ask where all that stuff in the British Museum came from. And no, we're not giving it back.
We got that fair and... Oh, no.
We stole it fair and square. Which they've kind of all but said.
Oh, God. So that's just... That being said, has America peaked in 1995?
There might be kind of a feel, like for a long time, like it was the 50s,
Okay.
right? That I think people would have pointed to as golden age America.
Because we were the last ones left standing after World War II, and we were on top. We were a superpower.
Yeah.
But 90s, we won the Cold War.
Yeah. So I think as the generation that grew up in the 50s passes into the void, I think the 90s might be kind of replacing it. Especially since, the problems of the 50s I think they are a little bit more discussed now.
They're also a little bit on the comeback now.
Well, yeah.
All right, we got a bunch of gremlins coming at us.
Gremlins. Yeah, coming back in that fashy way where it's divorced from the actual historical conditions of the period, and it's transformed into mythology. It's not about the past, it's about how you think the past was.
Lost cause.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Lost cause or woke agenda or whatever.
Yeah. Things were better then, in my mind.
Nostalgia. Yeah. And
even the weird being nostalgic for a time you never experienced. And that your parents may not have experienced.
Yeah.
Like, my parents were born in the late 50s. They didn't grow up in the 50s.
Yeah. Yeah.
They grew up in the 60s.
Yeah.
And they were adults in the 70s. So there's definitely the 50s passing into mythology.
Yes.
And with that comes a whole attendant set of problems. The mythologizing of the past. Well, you get all these trad freaks.
Oh, God.
Who are just imagining that everybody lived like fucking Leave It to Beaver.
That is a work of fiction.
Yeah.
All right, what we need to do in here is we need to show a movie, and then we'll just barricade this and set fire.
Sounds good.
All right. I just need a copy of oh God, was it Sleeping? No, it was Snow White and the Seven Dwarves in Gremlins. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
We need Joe Dante. Damn it. Can I please connect with my assassinate? Please. And I got to thinking about like the 90s because like today YouTube was like, have you seen the X-Men 97 trailer? and just thinking about politics, like, because there's a lot of like Clinton style triangulation going on with like border and crime and weapons aid going on right now in politics, instead of just fucking talking about like, I don't know, reproductive rights and winning the fucking fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have people who are stuck in the 90s.
Yeah.
Who were in office back then and before that.
Yeah, they're kind of the equivalent of those old Cold Warriors in like the 90s.
Okay.
People who were stuck in the 50s and 60s.
Okay. Or the segregated South.
Yeah.
Every time I see these guys running, I have the Gremlins theme in my head.
As long as one of them's not wearing a trench coat. Sex predator gremlin.
Okay. I was actually really surprised at how well they both held up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hold up.
Yeah. It's really well made. I have a lot of fondness for the second one.
Yes. Oh, God.
Because it just doesn't give a shit.
It does not give a shit.
Gives no fucks.
All right, I guess I should call it.
Yeah, it's about that time.
It's about that time. I am going to level.
Me too.
I will say that we are planning on gaming this evening. You are welcome to join us, Brent, if you wish.
I will be busy later.
Okay, all right. Well then,
Yeah.
Well then, fuck you forever. No.
Good riddance.
Ha ha! I'm going to consolidate power within the Shady Rogues and level. As soon as I find out that, all right, there's the guy. All right.
Yeah, thanks for joining us as always.
Yes, thank you so much, Squid. And if you're on later, you can babysit us.
It's always appreciated.
Yes. You're not babysitting us. But I like saying it just because most of the time I feel like me and Jess are particularly lost. I feel like Jess is more distractible than I am, even though I am distractible in a different way. I'm going to train up a new power. Where are we at? Train up next power. Ooh, I get a thing. All right, I've got all my dual blades. Evasion. You are evasive against area of effect and cone-shaped attacks. I like how that's kind of said. That the shape of the attack, like the geometry of what's coming at me, factors in if I can dodge it or not. So I just think that's funny. Is this an always on? This power increases your defense versus such attacks as long as it is active. Okay. Evasion also helps you resist defense debuffs. Evasion also adds an elusivity defense bonus to AoE attacks in PvP zones. I don't think anybody does PvP. That being said, I did taste player blood in a stream once, and it was glorious.
I actually forget about PvP.
because everybody's so just get along in this goddamn game. We need to go to the PvP zone and just start shit talking abortionists or something.
Yeah.
Oh god. All right, now I got to figure out how to unlock my powers in Trey. There we go. We'll put that there. We'll put that over there. So now I got another thing to drain my endurance. Wonderful. All right. That being said, thanks everybody. Thanks the present people hanging out and watching. If you haven't done so, hey, give us a follow. YouTube people of the future, hey, give us a follow on Twitch. Get those numbers up. Do the things, blah, blah, blah. Now I must find a button. Where is button?
Find a button.
Where is Bhutan? There is Bhutan. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.